What's happening, y'all? Welcome to YBF TV. It's your boy S. Dot here. I got a good one for y'all today. We got us a heavyweight. He is on the undercard of Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor. That takes place on June 10th. So before we get started, man, I didn't get a chance to practice my enunciation and everything. So what's the correct way to pronounce your name?
So if you say it in English, it's Helaman. If you say it in Spanish, it's Helaman.
Helaman is the correct way, I would assume then.
Yeah.
All right.
Helaman.
Yes, sir. Well, we definitely appreciate you, taking the time out of your busy day to come chop it up with us. So we'll go ahead and get started, man. So go ahead and let us know,
Right.
A little bit about yourself. How'd you, first get started in the sport?
So I honestly started boxing. I was almost 10, so I was 9 years old when I started. I told this story the other day. I used to watch kung fu movies, and I was like so excited to learn kung fu or karate. So I forced my parents to take me to a karate class. It got to the point where they couldn't afford it, and then I remember that Saturday, my dad was like, "Hey, this is your last day," and I was like, "It's all good." I was like, "It's okay, Dad. They don't let me spar." And I remember I was doing like a step side kick, and after I hit the shield, I walked up to a board they'd had, and it said free boxing. And I was like, so I hounded my dad until he took me.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. A lot of times, man, when I have conversations with boxers and even boxing fans, they have those memories as kids of fights that they grew up watching and certain athletes that they kind of, flock to. So I got to ask you, like growing up, was there any fights that you remember watching, or are there any fighters in particular that you were like, oh man, this fighter's on, I have to watch them when they're on?
You know what? I think hello?
Yep, I got you. Oh, you're frozen up a little bit. Give you some time to.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good, man.
There it goes. Oh, so yeah, I think I used to like Fernando Vargas, Finito Lopez, because he was still fighting. Finito Lopez, Ricardo Finito Lopez. Let me see. De La Hoya. De La Hoya was one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a bunch of fighters. Like there was James Toney. I like James Toney. Sheesh. And then anything before that was just like past my time, like Chavez Senior, Marometto Paez. I used to like was it Pernell Whitaker, the smooth? Yeah, I used to like him because he was very slick. I mean, yeah, I'd have to think about it, but there was so many. There was a bunch of fighters I used to like watching.
Yeah. A lot of those names, man, I would 100% agree with you. I was a big Fernando Vargas fan. Remember when he had the bleach? He had the
Dude, I did that to my hair. So I used to bleach the tips. It was fun, but I didn't get the result he got. Man, they used to be like, "Hey, princess," because they said I had a crown.
It's like that's not exactly what I was going for.
Yeah. Hey, that's not what I did this for.
But Fernando Vargas, man, that's a good one. That resonates with me. Oscar De La Hoya. I remember the De La Hoya fights, man, when he fought Bernard Hopkins.
Oh, don't forget Mosley. I love Mosley.
Hey,
Mosley. Sugar Shane.
Yep. And what's crazy is you mentioned Pernell Whitaker. He's from Norfolk, Virginia, and we're based out of Virginia Beach. So Pernell Whitaker was probably 10 or 15 minutes away from me. And,
man.
I actually went to high school with his son. Shout out to Tallwood High School.
Oh, dang, that's awesome.
Yeah, yep. So Pernell was definitely one of my favorites. So let me ask you this, champ, for the folks that haven't been blessed enough to watch you. Hopefully on June 10th you're able to catch you, but the folks that haven't been blessed enough to be able to see you yet, who would you say you're comparable to? Who would you say your style is similar to? Do you have like a style that you kind of
You know what? I like. It just depends on the day. Sometimes I get hit once and I want to brawl. Sometimes I don't want to get hit and I try to be slick. So I mean, like I said, it just kind of depends. I like to think. I mean, yeah. I feel like more towards like James Tony. And then when I first started, I'd let my hands go a little bit more, and then as I got older, I stopped throwing as many punches. So I feel like I just worked on trying not to get hit.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and I mean, other than that, yeah, yeah, I think it's closer to Tony than anything else.
James Toney, you can never go wrong with that, man. I think James Toney is one of the best naturally gifted fighters, because there was this rumor going around that he didn't train, it's hard as some of the other guys, but he was still like one of the best.
I got a chance to spar with James Tony, um, twice to get him ready for two lefties. And I mean, he was older, but he wasn't old. But yeah, I remember he was really hard to hit flush. Like you try to hit him, and I throw a whole bunch of punches, and he just like whoop 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 whoop. I'm like, dude, where you going? Like, how did that not hit you?
And the thing is, man, guys like James Toney and even Pernell Whitaker, like we said a little bit ago, those guys can make it look so easy.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people realize how hard that is. I mean, you have
yeah, it's an art in its own.
Exactly. You have like a world-class athlete against another world-class athlete, and you're able to, get in and make another world-class athlete miss,
Yeah.
And that's a talent in itself.
Man. Yeah, that's a gift. A lot of people don't like Mayweather because he's a boring fighter. And to me, I love his style just because he'll sit there and he'll roll it and counter. He'll slip. So it's not entertaining. It's not entertaining for the people that don't really know boxing. I feel it's more of like a someone that appreciates the sport. Somebody that's been in the ring and knows that rolling a punch or dodging it is like it's hard. It's hard to do. So I feel like it's like me, like people ask me, hey, you want to do some MMA? I'm like, dude, I don't know how to do the ground stuff. So when I watch like MMA stuff and they get on the ground, I'm like, I don't know what they're doing. To me, it looks like they're just rolling around. But somebody that knows that stuff, that he put him in this mode and he put him in this and he put him in that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have that same passion for that. So I compare Mayweather's style to MMA because when they get on the ground, I don't know what's going on.
That's true. That's a good point, man. And I think the people that truly, enjoy Mayweather, they understand that at the end of the day, boxing is hit and not get hit.
Mm-hmm.
And Mayweather is one of the ones that has, mastered that art.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I think Andre Ward said it perfectly. He had an interview. He said, if there were two trainers that were in a gym, right? You took your child to start boxing. There were two trainers. One said, hey, I'm going to show your child how to be durable. He's going to take some punches, but he's going to take one. He's going to give two. He'll be durable. And then you have another coach that says, you know what? I'm going to show your son how to hit and not get hit. He's going to dish out punishment, and he's going to, master the art of not taking punishment. Now, anybody in their right mind is going to pick their second trainer. That's
of course.
You know what I mean? So that's that's the question I like to ask people sometimes that, talk about that boring style or running and things like that. It's like, man, it's an art. It's an art too.
Yeah. It totally is an art. I like to, I'm a defensive fighter sometimes. I like to think that I'm kind of slick. But I do try to work on moving. So like for this next fight, I'm gonna try not to block his jabs with my face.
That's a good technique. Let's get into it, man. You have an upcoming fight June 10th. On the Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor undercard, man. How's training going? How's everything going so far?
It's been good, man. It's been good. I've been doing a lot of road work and training. So it's gonna be a good fight. I'm excited.
Okay, okay, and I believe the guy's name Damian Naiba. I believe
Yeah,
is.
I can't say his last name to save my life, but yeah, it's. I signed the contract for him about a little bit ago, a couple weeks ago.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
and you're training out of where are you training out of at
So
the moment?
right now I'm in Salt Lake, but I for the previous fights I've been traveling to LA.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, getting ready over there.
Any trainer in particular that you're working with out there? Or are you?
I mean, when I was in Cali, I was working with a guy they call Superman. Um, and then right now I'm working with my old boxing coach. We're doing it, Skyping and stuff, and then stuff like that. Just kind of. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, so we just like he tells me what to do, and I just work on it.
Hey, there you go, man. There you go. And speaking of which, man, you say you've been doing this for a while, and obviously I know we're not going to talk about retirement. I know that's a long ways away, but what goals, do you have as a boxer? Is there like a certain fighter that you see like, man, I want to fight that guy? Is it the belts, that you're after? Like, what is it? What is it that drives you as a fighter?
You know what? I like growing up, I kind of put boxing aside for a long time, and I didn't take it as serious as I should. And I take it. I don't take. I say I don't take L's. I take learning experiences. So it's just another. It's another thing I gotta overcome. And it's just sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. But yeah, I feel like as long as I'm healthy and as long as God gives me the health I need, I would like to fight. And eventually, hopefully, I get one of those title shots.
Oh yeah, yeah, yep, yep. I know. Hopefully, well, those guys, they're hopefully working out everything as far as fighting each other. They have the rumors and everything that's been going across social media. So hopefully you're able to do that. I think I may have lost you again.
Oh, hello.
Oh, there you go, there you go. So let me ask you, man. I got to dig back into the boxing fan part of you. Were you able to catch any of the fights this past weekend? I believe it was with with Devin Haney and Vasily Lomachenko.
You know what? I've seen like glimpses of it.
Okay.
But I like the highlights and stuff.
Mhm.
I feel like I mean I don't know. I feel like when you're traditionally when you're fighting the champion, you have to like legitly out. If it's gonna go the distance, you gotta outclass him.
I'll give
He's
yes.
a champ, and I feel like a lot of people are like, oh well, it could have gone either way. And if you leave it to the judges when it could have gone either way, it's gonna go to the champion. So I mean, there's no sense of being upset. It's like, dude, get back in the thing or ask for a rematch and do it again. Like,
Yeah.
don't cry about it. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And I think like that word robbery is being thrown around way too much when they talk about this fight. Like when you look at robberies, I look at robbery as something like you have a fighter that obviously won. It was head and shoulders bump, but somehow, some way he ended up losing on a bad decision. But when you're talking about a close fight that can really go either way, that's not a robbery. It's just a close fight with no decisive victor. So when you take it to the judges, anything can happen.
I mean, it could have been a draw. Even if it was a draw, he would have kept his belts, right?
Yes. Well, yeah.
So what's the difference?
Well, the thing is, Devin Haney, he was a champion, so he was able to keep his belts. With the win. If Lomachenko won, Lomachenko would have taken Haney's belts. And be undisputed champion. So,
Well, what I mean is if it's a draw, doesn't the champion keep the belts?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. So, it could have been a draw, it could have gone either way, man. But it's just one of those things. But gotta ask you about, the big news that we got. I want to say about 2 days ago, maybe yesterday. Terrence Crawford.
Oh man, you know what? I think I lean more towards Crawford just because he's craftier. I feel like dude, I forgot his name.
Errol Spence.
Errol Spence is. I think he's of course he's top of the food chain, but I think that if Crawford can take his punch, he's just gonna give him angles, just make it tough for him, And I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah. I've had a talk with a couple of my friends about this particular fight, and one of the things that I brought up is how the fight may be going a certain way, and then Terrence Crawford will make an adjustment.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, when he makes that adjustment, it's a different fight after that. And the thing is with Errol Spence, the fights that he's had, he hasn't needed to make an adjustment. Pretty much everybody that he's fought, it's been his style of fight. So my question always been is, what happens if Terrence Crawford forces Errol Spence to make an adjustment, which we haven't seen from Spence yet? I'm not saying he can't do it. We just haven't seen it yet. So
yeah,
that's
it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight.
Oh yeah,
and I feel like that is hats off to Ryan and Tank, because they decided to just go for it.
And
so boxing fans win.
Yes,
people can roast Ryan, but hey, man, it takes a lot to be a fighter. It takes a lot to take a body shots are no joke. Could he have got up? Probably, but then he probably would have got hit again.
Yeah. He was already injured in that same spot before the fight even happened.
Yeah, see, I mean, and it's tough, and there was still 4 rounds to go or something.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, so I mean, it's long term he made the right choice, just because health is number one.
Yes.
And he still has a whole future, and it's not like he lost to some dude from who knows where, you know what I mean? He lost to one of the best fighters.
Yep. And the thing is, it goes back to what you said, kudos to Ryan Tank. But we've had so far, man, so many good fights that has happened, and so many fights that's getting ready, to happen. Because, we have the Tank fight that happened. We have the Devin Haney and Loma fight that just happened. We're getting ready to get NOA and Stephen Fulton. And
that was gonna be a good one.
In the latter part of July, I believe that's like a week before Crawford and Spence, if I'm not mistaken. So you got that one. And then I heard today that Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury are in talks for something possibly later this year also. So we got us a lot of good stuff that's on the way, man. And I'm looking forward to watching you on June 10th, man. I'm excited for you.
I lost you for a second. Are you there? Oh, there you are.
I'm here.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a good fight.
Definitely, man. Well,
I always say, win, lose, or draw. I'm bringing it all.
And hey, man, when you sign up for the sport of boxing, that's that's all you can do, because the fans, we can tell too, from the outside looking in, we fall in love with the people that give their all every single fight. The real fans, it doesn't matter what the record is. Some of my favorite fighters have double-digit losses. Guys like Mickey Ward, Arturo Gatti,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Multiple losses. So, somebody that brings it.
Like Sugar Ray Robinson had like 20-something losses.
And he's on my wall.
30-something.
He had a lot. And he's on my wall. Muhammad Ali, number of losses. So, it kind of comes with the territory, man. I wish you the best of luck, my brother.
I appreciate it.
We
I appreciate it.
And watch you. So are there I'm gonna let you go. Is there any shout outs or anything? Because right after this, man, I'm gonna be posting it and everybody's gonna see it, man.
Man, I appreciate all the love from everyone, man. I can't wait to fight.
Hey, absolutely, man. We'll be watching. Definitely best luck to you. And hopefully you'll stop by and talk boxing with us. Again, hopefully this is the last time that we have you up here.
Oh man, I would love to, man. I would love to anytime.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Well, we definitely appreciate you once again, my brother. Best of luck to you. And we'll be talking to you again soon.
All right, talk to you soon.
Take care, my brother. All right. Hey, there's another one for y'all. Appreciate y'all stopping through, showing love. Make sure y'all show love to him on June 10th. That's on the Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor undercard. Make sure y'all show my man some love. And until next time, peace.